All right, I'm here with Bishop Carroll coach Alan Schuckman. Thanks for joining us, Coach. 3 days away from the first game. What's different about this first week when there's a game on Friday?
Well, it's definitely kids are tired of practicing against each other, and they're ready to get going. And it's a good measuring stick for us, especially playing a quality opponent like Northwest. And we need to see where we're at. We got a long way to go, but again, we'll see where things are on Friday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I mean, big game starting out week one against a very quality opponent in Northwest, receiving votes in Class 6A. Do you like playing a strong opponent in week one? Do you like having this? I mean, last year it decided the City League title in week one. So do you like having a big game like that the first week?
Well, ever since I've been at Bishop Carroll, it's been that way. You know, we opened with Heights for, I think, 16, 17, 18 years, and then now we got Northwest for the last probably 4 to 5 years. So it's definitely it is what it is. You play who they schedule, and I'm just excited to play somebody else. And Coach Martin is an awesome coach. He does a great job. And I'm just excited to play a well-coached football team like Northwest.
Yeah, and last year Northwest won 31-24, won the City League title. Still a sour taste in your mouth after that one, or what's it like going into this week?
Oh, I don't know if it's a sour taste. I mean, then we reeled off 11 straight wins and played in the state championship. So game one isn't indicative of how your season's going to go. So, if we can end up in the state championship game, I don't really care what happens game one. You just what you want to do is see where you're at and make improvements and just keep moving forward.
Yeah, and let's talk about what you guys do have coming back. Everybody knows about Adam Tice now, breakout from last season, a little itty-bitty. Tell me what the biggest advantage is having him on your side.
Well, I think he's really upped his game this year. He was a good back last year, and he's going to try to make himself a great back this year. He's really the leadership role has increased, and he's really stepped it up in that department. He practices a lot harder. He encourages others, and he's a tremendous back. And then you throw in Gage Gottschalk. Gage is an excellent back as well. So we're pretty excited about those two guys, and they'll definitely be a big part of our offense.
And this front seven on defense looking pretty nasty this year. I mean, tell me a little bit about what's going to make them so good.
Well, our front four are pretty experienced guys. The linebacking crew is Riggs Robin is the only returning starter there. The other two are this is their opportunity to start as seniors, and they've been in the program, and here's their opportunity. So Friday night will be their first test, and we'll see where we go with that. Our defense is young still. I mean, our whole secondary is going to be juniors. So we're relatively young on that side of the football, and we're going to take some growing pains. But I feel like Coach Nance, Coach Allen, Coach Bai do a great job on that side of the ball, and we'll be pretty seasoned once we get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and have to replace the entire offensive line as well. What's the biggest challenge in replacing not 3 or 4, but all 5 guys on the line?
And really, we lost our top 2 backups, so you're talking your top 7 offensive linemen. The one good thing, these kids all played together last year. They played together on JV. They know what their strengths, their weaknesses, and they work well together, and it's going to be work in progress. So we're a ways away on the offensive line of being good, but when you have talented guys in the backfield and a receiving core like we do, hopefully we won't rely on them as much, and we can get the ball out of our quarterback's hands quickly, and where we won't put a lot of pressure on them up front.
Yeah, and then Northwest, like we talked about, very quality opponent, a lot of returning talent in the skill positions. Jalil Rounds, they always have a good stable of backs. Martise Mullins, they have Joey Gilbertson up front. What's the biggest challenge in just stopping this offense that was so explosive last year?
They were an explosive offense, and they got tremendous athletes, the Rounds and the Mullins, and big offensive line. So it will be a big challenge for us defensively. The key for us is to get guys to the football and be mad when we get there. So that's always been our motto, and we're going to have to play great team defense to slow them down on Friday. And again, they do a good job. They have a good scheme, and our defense definitely needs to be ready to play.
Yeah, and just the atmosphere, I mean, it's going to be crazy on Friday night. I mean, the first Friday night at Bishop Carroll with Northwest there, I mean, such a rivalry game. What can fans expect just with the atmosphere on Friday night?
Well, I think you can expect two quality teams, battling it out, and two great environments. I mean, it's going to be a great environment. Northwest travels well. Our home crowd is second to none. So it's just going to be a great atmosphere for high school football, and that's why these kids play the game. It's not to play in stadiums that are half empty or it's to play in front of big crowds and be a big spotlight, and that's good for them, and they deserve it. Both teams have worked hard, and we work together in the summer, so we're familiar with them, and we're familiar with their coaching staff, and so it's going to be a nice, fun night for everybody, and just more fun for one team. So
there you go. All right, well, I'll be out there Friday night, so you can follow me on Twitter, VK Eldridge, and then follow me on varsitykansas.com as well.